What is going on YouTube? This is Acid Roots. So I'm going to review a 2004 mixtape by Zero. Basically, this particular product is called Underground Railroad. Basically, this particular product is called Underground Railroad Volume 1, Street Life, Hold and Chopped, and it came out seemingly in the winter of 2004. Now, within pitches about here, as far as these products going to happen within these pitches, yeah, it's some Mexican type products that a number of Houston and Texas type folks within these particular pitches had dropped mixtapes into like the early 2000s pitch like that. I want to say Slim Thug and possibly some of like the Boss Hog Outlaws as a collective had dropped products since at least as far back as 2000, 2001, so even seemingly before 50 Cent, some of those type ones that really got towards the explosion of a pitch like that. Some hit type ordeals, yeah, Zero mixtapes go back as far as 2003, so good pitch like that, some hit type ordeals, a pitch like that. Lil Flip had mixtapes pretty much since possibly even 1999 or 2000, pitch like that, so some hit type rights, but pitch like that, some of these bang typeness, this is a definite classic here, pitch like that. Kind of an unsung type one within these pitches on top of that. Really, the fair about Zero, you probably know who he is if you know enough Texas kind of rap folk within these pitches in terms of some of the type varieties. He would usually be on like some hit type hooks, pitches like that. I want to say UGK has done a number of his hooks on some of their albums, particularly more of the later shift type ones was kind of pitches for us saying. Slim Thug had some pretty good nice ones off of Boss All Boss's pitch like that, and Paul Wall definitely did on Fast Life, like one of which is I'm clean, bitch I'm clean, that's all I know, some of those type ones pitch like that, some hit type appeals, but just the aspect, I think within those particular aspects of I want to say that particular hook was off of Fast Life from Paul Wall from 2009, but some good nice ones like that. He comes through for some of these Texas type folk pitches like that. He's pretty apt up there with like some Texas hook singers, very similar to like Kurt Cobain's and Pimp C. Some of those type folks like that. Good aspects as far as those pitches going to happen. Haven't gotten to him yet as of yet within these pitches, but that changes now. He has a good assortment of some of these type of products. There's a number of these I do want to get towards pitch like that. I want to say within the particulars of what I've fucked with him in the past, I think I mildly fucked with some of his time. I've always known who he was since the mid 2000s pitch like that, but it's the fair as far as saying, I think I remember like Let the Truth Be Told. That was around the time when the Houston blow up was kind of going along with like folks like Mike Jones and Paul Wall and Chamillionaire and like Slim Thug folks like that since the pitches and Lil Kiki and a bunch of folks, Kill Y'all and Boss Hog Outlaws. Since I pitched amongst, it's kind of fair that Let the Truth Be Told came out around that particular Houston kind of explosion pitch like that. He had a series of albums throughout the 2000s, so it's good pitches for these first guys. So I'm going to get towards some of those type ones down the road. New folk to fuck with as I start to really shore up some of these type folks like Mike Jones and Chamillionaire and folks like that, as there starts to not be as much left over. Bun B and some of these type folks, there's not as many products because I reviewed most of their shit as far as those folks got. But action type pitches. So paying attention towards it here. So yeah, Underground Railroad Volume 1 within these pitches. There is a Volume 2 which is Thug Love within these pitches. So when it says hold and chop, that's the basic pitch. This is more or less like it's not a full bound chopped and screwed, but it's close enough towards it within these pitches as far as saying. Paying attention like the hit type varieties as far as getting towards the impact of just being able to say you're definitely going to be burnt as hell for the most part within this particular flavor of this album. So it's just really a redeyes type album, just pitches of figuring out next moves and modes within these aspects of just food for less type runs and fairs like that. Some snack runs picking up Fritos, picking up like family size Doritos bags, pitch like that, getting like donuts for your pals and pitch like that, and Diva Fits and these type of ordeals kind of pitch. Usually more chum along type neighborhood type surf. It has more block type noise, more so than the full bound. There's at least one song on here that's kind of a miss, like some nightclub and pitches like that would be like the hit song Look at Me as far as what's supposed to happen, but really, for the most part, when you think of some, Zero is definitely an alumni of like the UGK type style. When you think of songs like Riding Dirty and Dirty Money, some of the ones within pitch like that, classic UGK of some of those type fairs within those pitches, kind of variety. Not Trey the Truth is one of these type folks as well. Good pitch like that. There's not a super ton to like these aspects within these pitches, like the usual type fair, like the ride and clean type aspects within the pitch of Popeyes in the web, good nice fairs, Dayton spokes on the right since I pitched it. This surf around, wood grain on the wheel, leather seat. Great fabrics on the seats as far as these press games. It's excellent with the pitch as far as I'm paying attention towards it. It's still going to get a 10 out of 10 because I recommend all 10 songs of this product. So good type ordeal. So plenty of these type ones on here. Some of these type ones are pretty excellent within these pitches. So there's not seeming like a full bound type single like what was being said within these pitches. The Zero was not typically kind of seen within the aspects of like full bound kind of chart type appeal. He was kind of more in like, he's kind of a higher grade kind of secondary kind of Texas rapper pitch like that. Probably when you start getting past like Bun B and Lil Kiki and Slim Thug and some of those type folks and other folks like that. It's kind of pitch as far as saying he's up there with probably amidst like the ranks of like some of the Boss Hog Outlaws members and Chameleonaire on the Wrong Day and like some folks like that, and like Devin the Dude in particular, like Devin the Dude, some of these type folks, pitches like that, Trade the Truth, folks like that, sense of pitches amongst the varieties for us, saying good excellent aspects here. But yeah, Mobbin is a hit type ones, like a basic neighborhood strut to get here. Fritos run definitely into some outdoor kind of smokes and bowls, I'd say. Good pitch amongst like the sunshine aspects like that. Just visit some pals, get some Tekken going within a brief or relative type aspect. Just kind of good checkpointy type days, pitches like that, since the Fridays just hang through for like 15 or 25 minutes, feels like that, just be amidst the Friday, just smokes in your system. Definitely a very lit type song. Probably one of the more sunshiny type ones within these pitches. Now it is pretty slurred as hell, pitch like that. Definitely get some smokes in your system, but as far as saying, just a good nice shine factor get towards some of these type pitches. Definitely Mike Jones field. If you fuck with Mike Jones since the pitches, if you don't know as many full bound type folks, you fuck with folks like Mike Jones and Paul Wall, pitch like that. It's one of those type ones in the pitch that should be pretty apple with these pitches. Good nice sunshine type one to kick off. Good vanilla type one pitch like that for chopped and screwed. South side is nice on here as well as like a routine kind of neighborhood food for less type strolls, pitch like that. Just super haze, I'd say about some of these type pitches. Just hella perp, definitely get smoked. Some of these type products is definitely getting hella smoked in your system. Plenty of these type fairs going through probably about 7 or 8 Swisher Sweets, some type fairs or more pitch like that. Just go through a box of donuts as well as the pitch as far as saying, pay attention towards it here as far as these pitch can happen just from these aspects. Just getting towards the product. Just some of these type shop type trips pitch like that is kind of fair to this. Probably not going to remember like the fashion if you waking up from a particular day like this 3 or 4 or 5 days later, pitch like that. If it's Saturday and you really got the smoking of the South Side type song on Tuesday, you probably wouldn't remember Tuesday pitch like that. It's probably just like Strange Day pitch like that, Sunset Fairs, but it's kind of pitch for us into some of those type products are really getting towards the crunkness factor. Just good nice block type bop within pitches. Now compared, Mobbin's a little bit more sunshiny one pitch like that, a little bit more light lick. Frog's probably having like a couple smokes in your system, but definitely Southside's a good tear up type one for just like the commerce and just getting towards the product. But just got the munchies, feel like smoking good pitch like that. Just kind of missed the fray. Just standard fares, you and some pals pitch like that. Dirty Work is a hit type one as well as like a graveyard kind of smoke a few bowls. I'd say I miss like some later day kind of hustle within sensitive pitches. So just another day, but it's kind of sturdy within these pitches as far as these supposed to have. Just have some lays long for ride, lays shifts long for ride on top of that. Fares like that. Kind of amidst like the Tupac and Trade the Truth type variety pitch like that amongst some of these type fares. Amongst some of these type fairs, like a daytime kind of leery type nest pitch like this is kind of the fair, just like that particular product, but just kind of still miss like the grind shit pitch like that. Since type varieties that just whether it would be come throughs for fam or utilities or standard personals as far as these pitch happens within the variety as far as saying paying attention towards it with the pitch as far as saying it's a good steady put in tabs type one pitch like that. RIP DJ Screws a hit. RIP DJ Screws a hitting type one as well as like a queasy and moist kind of head trip and weaving around to kind of get within these products here. Just pick up like some ravioli fares like this. So kind of the product it is smoking earlier in the day since the fares amongst it, but it's kind of product it is trying to figure out the modes of getting some dinner going pitch like that. So this kind of product is not so much a full bound necessity kind of get these errands done within these pitches, but probably just the product if you want something apart from just like Gardettos or Chex Mix and stuff fares. It's kind of the product. You need to pick up some shit before like the particular store closes pitch like that. Hit type fries kind of pitch before like the Sobra kind of happens within those tons of pitch like that. Pick up ravioli, grab like a headband for a gal pitch like that. Since probably just extra type fare just within seeing a routine of it, but probably definitely some sits in there pitch like that. So it's kind of probably getting towards that smoke that probably just out in the fray pitch like that. Probably have to sit a spell since that probably just the pitch of this appreciating like the outing type conduct and pitch like that, but just so just feeling a little bit unnerved pitches like that. Now not to the extent of like having like not to the extent of feeling horrendous pitch like that, but just kind of fares to just appreciating like the smoke trips and things that pitch amongst the good nice fares. Tell me what you see as the hitting type ones, like an excellent kind of Trade the Truth style kind of car sit to get towards pitch like that. Just some car sit kind of afterthought. I definitely say some of the type ones that he would have on like some of his mid 2000s albums pitch like that. Since that probably just kind of some desolate cruises. There's kind of the vibe of like the Tupac kind of Me and My Girlfriend type vibes and other type ones off of like the Machiavelli album. Some of the pitches like songs like Outlaw from like Me Against the World pitch like that. Some of those kind of Summer Shine kind of dip type ones was kind of the pitch of some of those empty and desolate type surf rounds that Trade the Truth would have on like the Life Goes On and Restless albums and stuff pitch. So good banging type in this products like that is kind of that typical type. The typical type midday sifting pitch like that, good nice variety. So this is one of those type ones. Now it's not as surfy within the aspect like the usual riding clean typeness when you think of songs. There is at least one song like that on here, hustling in the game as far as this first album in a UGK type style, but this is more Trade the Truth type style pitch like that. Some of that this smog of it pitch like that. Life is a Bitch is a hitting type ones, like a chummy and down in the dumps, kind of blase soak in to get towards here pitch like that. Just some come throughs to kind of get towards keep things right within the station area. Just fam in the collective pitch like that. Since the fairs just pick up some gal frappes. Pick up gal some frappes pitch like that. Since that word deals good pitch like that. And for yourself pitch like that, if you're kind of down the dumps just with the BS kind of some fairs, just pick up like a good tasty quesarito since that pitch is. Now seemingly within the fair, Taco Bell kind of has had some, at least as of late 2025, 2026, possibly like those volcano quesadillas are back. Those are definitely pretty whopping within those pitch tastes. Hella delectable pitch like that. Some stuff probably is good pitches amongst that. Get some of those good nice aspects. So it's definitely within probably as far as treating yourself, as far as these pitches can have. Now not to be within not to the point where it spoils your appetite, you get off track some of these type pitches, but just kind of aspects as far as some of these type fries are just kind of taking the edge off since the fries as far as like the pitch kind of happens with like the aspect of not it just being like a clean fit. Of it just not being stone cold kind of doldrums as far as these press guys said, but just the product coming through for folks and gals since the pitch good products amongst them, but just the aspect to kind of have like that particular tone of the rebuke of like the bullshit as far as those press guys section type pitches. Hustling in the games, the hitting type one as well as like a jazzy kind of surf around to get this UGK style kind of riding clean, some of the pitches 5 miles. Real slow drift, 5 miles an hour. Some of these pitches amongst it, just good, nice fairs within that relative type varieties. Popeyes and whips, some of fairs, nice buttery biscuits, spicy chicken, some of aspects, hell macaroni and cheese, good spiciness, good pitch like that. Some summer shine gaff, good product. Just some summer shine to definitely get towards pitch like that. So this is just classic Texas here pitch like that. Some of these type ones like Riding Dirty by Paul Wall off his People's Champ album. Some of these type pitches on top of that, plenty of UGK type tunes. Some of these type pitches. Bun B's done plenty of these type songs in a more uptown type sense, so it's just hit type varieties. Crazy is a hitting type one as well as like a slurred kind of typical slummish ghetto every day to get here within these products. Just a gripe, some gripes, but definitely some tasty McDoubles to kind of have pitches like that since the pitch is kind of lighten the load pitches like that since the price just didn't keep your head up type mode since the pitch kind of a keep your head up type fit pitch like that. So it's kind of the variety since the best is kind of the blase factor of it. More or less a pretty good radio grab on here pitch like that since the price I dislike the aspect, I dislike the particular rush hour type aspects, but just kind of in a more weekday type direction. It's just kind of the more funk of a song pitch like that one. Definitely has some appeal towards it within like commercial typeness, but it's kind of the aspect. One of those type ones great to just have some McDonald's to whip pitch like that extra type fries to just throw Popeyes and Arby's in there, but it's just more, it gives me more vibes like a vanilla type song where it would be just a more candy coated kind of cleaner type one within pitch like that. It's something like McDonald's pitch like that. It's kind of the variety for us what's going to have, but just kind of pitch of routine kind of break for you on like a Monday or Tuesday fairs like that. Tuesday 3 o'clock 4 o'clock p.m. Sun's the pitch, but it's kind of aspect is something to kind of get the bounce back towards it within pitch like that. It's kind of the aspect just figure out next modes, figure out the drops and mixtape type that's going on, pitch like that, hit type varieties. Make it's a quality one as well as like a dope routine kind of grind shift to get and mostly wrapped up, kind of coast along to get towards here, pitch like that. Just some breezes definitely the aspect, just commerce along, pitch like that, feeling the wind, since stuff aspects, good products amongst it, just kind of summer shine relative type aspects, just some beer pickups kind of get towards this kind of pitch as far as saying. This one's not as like riding clean within these aspects compared to hustling in the game, but still those nice pitches of just appreciating like the product to just like vehicle kind of just vehicle kind of sift alongs pitch like that as far as these first guys just within pitch as far as saying the product of most of the type fare probably within the pitch, like if you get off of work at 5 o'clock, probably it more being like 4:30, 4:45, 4:15 since the pitch, so most of the shit's kind of rope for the day as far as these pitches can have, just the extra type product is the last spells of it pitched like that. Now within variety, depending if it is more of like a standard brick and mortar type job where you have more within those degree, but this kind of pitches some of those type products, just leftover type product, just leftover errands to run some Target runs or Walmart type utilities, pitch like that, mail some bills, since the pitch, but the aspects as far as saying get towards the product, just picking up like good cold box of Bud Light or Budweiser, something that pitch to figure out the product like some next modes, you pitch like that. Now then these pitches, one of the lone type nightclub type junts on here, if you look at me, it's good, nice bang type one, definitely some excellent type varieties. Probably should have been another song like this, pitch like that, but still some nice ordeals. It's like a shifty kind of nightclub step in and kind of get towards here. By shifty, I mean just tore up pretty full bounce, like already burnt and right as far as these phrases would definitely happen. I say within the phrase being keyed as hell, gold eyes pitch like that, since the varieties. Get some dap with pals pitches like that, since hit type appeals, just gossip, some standard pitches of what's the goings on been pitches like that, standard new movies, mixtapes, fairs like that, just some bait tabs going to get to us. So kind of within a haul type mode, but it's kind of product of trying to see what the fly girls are about, some of these type pitches amongst as far as these first games. So just kind of get towards the pitcher, just like feels more like particular, more 3 o'clock, 5 o'clock p.m. type club stepping pitch like that. It's kind of within the hit type appeals. It's kind of a good, nice pitch, kind of the initial type get started pitch like that. So the spare type time within pitches like that before like the mode of it really gets carnivorous within pitch like that towards like the product of like 11 p.m. 2 in the morning, some of these type pitches. But it's just good, nice Fridays. Good, nice Fridays kind of sift in like the particular kind of midday hours, like nightclub type air pitch like that. It just gets them hypnotic kind of early in the system, figure out the modes of it, get some wings going, some of these type pitches amongst the good, nice fairs. So pitches like that as far as these fairs kind of, I'm trying to think within these pitches if there's other type ones I haven't talked about on here, pitches like that. I think that virtually kind of takes care of it as far as these aspects going to happen. So 10 out of 10 mixtape here, pitch like that. Social score is going to go ahead and get. Now within the varieties, the aspect, I feel like there's a couple of these on here that do have some pitches, like some breakthrough in terms of like the aspect. I mean, this is a pretty aspect. Within the aspect, this is a pretty clean and vanilla type mixtape within pitch in terms like the variety. This is surprisingly more breakthrough than it would seem for zero as far as these pitches can happen. There's some ones on here like particular. I do feel like Crazy is a good, nice one for like the rush hour kind of gulag break free as far as those fairs going to happen. Mobbin's a hit type one for like some neighborhood stress to kind of get some Tekken and fairs like that. Fritos type runs, standard daft with pals within a quick type fast and relative type jostle pitch like that. Some mess hall type nest. Particularly Look At Me is pretty good daytime kind of nightclub type song pitch like that. Hustling in the games a standard routine kind of UGK clean type fit within these aspects for the fair's going to have within like the tone of just like particular commerce, just slow cruise pitch like that, 5 miles per hour, 10 miles per hour pitch like that. Since the fair's Popeyes, definitely like I was saying, there's just some good nice ones on here. Just plenty of these type of varieties, pretty balanced type ones. Just kind of afraid of this being like a more rote and just kind of having more central kind of snap amongst it. It's just kind of just has like some aspects within the particular fair. It feels kind of like within pitch like that snap and kind of just the summer shine just in a more vanilla type aspect, kind of the same way that T.I. kind of did trap music in 2003, some stuff pitches where that was just a breakout type album, some stuff pitches when you think that got to like the 4th and 5th single, some stuff pitches. It's kind of within those type prices, has a lot of breakout appeal for like a mixtape and underground type sense. So it's interesting to kind of get towards that product. Just some ones on here that do have some rise above. Now within the pitch, the complex information is not as full bound. There are some other type folks on here. I'm not sure. Slim Thug might be on here, some folks like that. I'm not thinking Bun B particularly kind of was, but it's just kind of fair as far as saying. So then the chopped and screw type format on top of that, so just the information make it a little bit more tricky within those aspects. But probably just there's seemingly other type folks on here pitch like this. It's a hit type appeals, but just the aspects as far as saying some of these type ones within the pitch. Yeah, it's 10 scored, social score we get 10 within these pitches. Just the aspect. Lots of good food for less type strolls, some ride arounds pitch like that amongst these varieties. So just the aspect of picking up Popeyes fairs like that, getting some bills paid, some of these pitches to break free and some of these tones within the pitch. Some of these type aspects pick up like some muffins for gallon frappes, pitches like that. Smoke some bowls just out in the fray, a little bit of nightclub type fairs, some graveyard type smoke sessions as well, pitch like that. Pretty much you're going to be tore up throughout the good portion of this album. It's not a ballistic type one, but it's just the product of like active kind of smoking pitch like that, along with like the fairs that just like some moody kind of commerce songs where you probably along with also in the phrase some moody kind of commerce type songs in addition to the writing clean type songs with these pitches. For saying the moody kind of commerce songs would be within pitch of this, having like some pick me ups fairs like that, probably like McDoubles and good aspects like that, just some good grip of something delectable within these pitches, kind of keep the mode right, and then the come throughs for gal on top of that, just something within those aspects. Almond Joy's pitch like that, since the fair's Netflix gift card pitch like that. So hit type appeal as far as these aspects can happen. But within pitch for us saying, so 10 out of 10 mixtape in terms of the future, like zero. There's some wickedness to kind of get towards with zero pitch like that. I am going to return to him down the road as far as these aspects going to happen. It's kind of the pitch for us saying, now I'm not as accomplished sure as to when, but there will be more of these. Likely I'm going to get to Underground Railroad Volume 2 within these pitches. The Thug Love one as far as these pitches can have some banging typeness. I do want to get to that 2005 Zero album as well as prime type aspects from like the Houston Blow Up pitch like that. So I'm surprised he did drop out throughout the 2000s. Plenty of type ones. I'm going to get to plenty of these type ones pitch like that, but this is a classic here. Some of these type pitch definitely some banginess.